this is the typical Orgone pyramid that you might get that people will sell you on eBay. And I mean, it's a nice pyramid, but this is the typical size. And you'll notice it's primarily made of metal, and you'll see there's a stone there, stone there, stone there. So they kind of scatter stones around, and as you see, it's mainly metal. And the reason that most do that is because that's a way to keep the cost down, because the metal is one of the least expensive parts of an Orgone device. And it may look nice. I bought this about 2 years ago, but it's not really the way that Orgone pyramids are supposed to be made, because it's supposed to be done in layers. You do inorganic and organic materials. The inorganic being the metal, and the organic being crystals or stones, and you put them in layers, so it's almost like a filter with different levels. Now I'm going to show you some of the ones that I've made. This is one I made yesterday. Now you'll notice how it goes from organic, which is different levels, different types of stones and crystals, to metals, crystal, metal, crystals, metals. And look, on the bottom, just for example, the whole thing is covered with amethyst stones. And you could see the size difference. And I'll show you one other I made just the other day. Quartz crystal, garnet stone, blue calcite, and again, the whole bottom of this pyramid, this is all different types of agate, or agate, whichever way you want to pronounce it, and it's completely filled. So you get what you pay for. I mean, people will say that some of my pyramids might seem a little bit more expensive compared to what you've seen, but like I said, if you see the difference between mine, that you do them in layers and you do them correctly and you fill them with stones, not just metal, and you see, again, this one, unorganized and full of metals with a couple of stones, like there's a stone there, there's a stone there. So they throw in a couple of stones, there's one there, here and there. Now this cost me $45 2 years ago, and you're basically paying for metal and whatever amount of time. Now I'm going to show one that I had a special order from somebody. It's the most powerful, biggest pyramid that I've ever made, and I'll show you the comparison first. Here's the small one that I was showing you. That's my cat Orgone. He's named after my pyramids. He's always curious. Now here's the one that I was showing you. Now here's the one I just recently made for my client, one of my clients. I want you to see the difference. There is the top of it, and I want to show you right there on top is 24 karat gold, actual gold. These are actual, and I made sure they were mint 1964 and under dimes, and there's a whole layer underneath. I forget the name of this stone. It's hard to see it though because I don't have the proper lighting, but that is a polished shaped, I think it's stromboli stone. It's a purple beautiful stone with the red is all faceted garnet stones. That is actual genuine copper, solid copper nuggets. And you see how I fill the layers with crystals and stones. So I'm going to try and lift this. It's actually pretty heavy, but I'm going to show you the bottom of this. And we have, this is mother of pearl. And you can see the size of it. I mean, look at the size of my hand compared to this Orgone device. It's actually quite heavy. These are faceted and polished malachite stones. Just these stones each were about $18 a piece. And you see here on the edges, and actually you can see the energy trying to burst out of each one. These are terminated crystal points on all four corners. Again, more garnet stones. Then I put 2 of the trees of life. And that's all in brass. This is bronze peace sign with some blue gold stone. And again, in love insignias on all four sides, again made of bronze, with some bronze BBs, well, not even BBs because they're bigger sized, but metal balls. And it's kind of hard to see, but it's got, I also put some sparkles in it, so when you move it, it glistens in the sun. So this is a special order. I'm not going to be posting this out until the person gets it, because they want it to be a surprise. This is for their baby. The stones in here, very powerful stones. I'll have to put a listing in the comments section of what the names of the stones are, because I don't have them memorized offhand, unfortunately. But these stones, they're powerful protection stones, and also it has to do with brain power. Their baby was born with problems, some potential brain problems, and they wanted a pyramid that would be for that. So this is, and even to show just the larger ones that I showed you guys, and see how well this fits in my hand, look at the size difference. I'll hold this one in my hand, just so you can see. My hand disappears. This has got to weigh at least a good 25 pounds easily. So again, actual gold, silver, copper, layers all the way through. It's not just the edges, all the way through is stone. And that's the proper way to do an Orgone pyramid. And if you see the shape, it's the same shape as the pyramid in Giza. Same thing here. I mean, I've done pyramids with other shapes, and they work just as fine. I've had clients tell me they feel the same energy in those as they do with these, but most people want that particular Giza pyramid shape. And you see this one is a different shape. But again, that doesn't mean that they won't work. So, alright, that's about it. So if you guys are interested in these, I'll post a link to my web store, because I do sell these as well. If you don't make them, I'd highly recommend it. It's a fun thing to do, especially on a beautiful day. But study up on them. This was founded by Wilhelm Reich. He discovered the Orgone energy while he was doing experiments. And just make sure you do it properly, because there's many beautiful Orgone pyramids out there, but many of them are done incorrectly. And I mean, if you want a very beautiful paperweight, then, you know, it's artwork as well. This particular pyramid took me about 5 hours to make, and it took actually 2 whole days to dry. And people ask me one of the questions of, what type of resin do you use? I actually use a clear polyester resin. It's the type that they use to coat surfboards with. It's expensive, but like they say, you get what you pay for. Once this dries, I mean, as you can hear, it's amazing. And it easily falls out of the molds. I find with some of those cheaper casting resins, they tend to get stuck in the molds, and I've thrown out probably 10-15 molds that way. So you not only ruin the pyramid and you lose whatever crystals and stones you used, but you also destroy your casting mold. And people also ask where I get my molds. I got them all on eBay. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and enjoyed this pyramid. Leave your comments, share, like, and check out, little fuzzy thing, check out my others by checking my web store. Thanks for watching, guys.